He is at center court. JoJo Tugler is there as well. Pat Adams heading towards center court. It's the first game in NCAA history with both teams on active streaks or 5 or more straight Sweet 16 appearances. And the Houston Cougars control the tip to start things off. Uzan inside to Tugler. Tugler leans in against EK. Gets his own rebound in the putback.
That second jump was really fast. That was a floater, and he got back and got that one put back extremely quick.
I mean, Joseph Tugler, 6'8", Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12 with a 7'6" wingspan.
How about
and there's
this?
that double team, and it results in a turnover early. This is how Houston sets the tone for the game, right? They pound it inside. Tugler with the offensive putback. They're fantastic at offensive rebounding. And then this is their identity. 2 to the ball, putting pressure on EK in the corner.
Mark Few reminded his team yesterday, he said they're going to be physical. They're going to foul. You've got to be more physical. Uzan leans it to the baseline for Tugler. Back to Uzan. That's a good closeout by Battle. Nemhard is on Sharp. Sharp lets it fly. Battle with the rebound.
Good job by Gonzaga. Doing a nice job on the defensive end, keeping everybody in front and finishing that defensive possession with a nice block out and rebound.
You know, they tried to emulate this offense yesterday. It was really difficult to do so. This defense yesterday, it's really difficult.
2 possessions for Gonzaga, and Ryan Nemhard doesn't have the ball in his hands.
You're totally right, and they're going to try to deny him, but he has to go get it. He has to be aggressive. And for the fans out there watching, this defense by the Cougars is suffocating.
Yeah, they allowed just 40 points in game 1 against SIUE, and Roberts goes right to the rim, and it's an early 4-0 lead.
See if they can get EK going on the block right here.
Inside for Huff, they swarm him, and Huff is able to battle through it. He can't get the shot, though, to go to the rim.
Joseph Tugler, he is everywhere early.
Pryor picked up by Hickman, a little head job by EK.
This game's going to be fast and furious.
Tugler bounces his way in, throws it up, no good, gets his own rebound twice. It's deflected out. Loose ball picked up by Hickman. And now Battle with the crossover, Battle with the spin, Battle off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Putback is good.
Good job by him, and you can see right now, Juwan Roberts, a little gimpy after that play.
Yeah, he is moving slow. Yep.
You have to be very careful about over-penetrating against this Houston defense because they will meet you at the rim.
Remember, Roberts hurt his ankle in that conference game against Colorado. Out of bounds.
Good job by Braden Huff that time against Roberts. Bodied up, stood his ground.
How about this, guys? I mean, just the numbers sometimes tell the story. This is a whopper of a story.
There is a 28.8 point difference between those 2 numbers right there. Something's going to give.
Something has to give, Deb. We got to get a chance to watch this, and it's a joy for us to watch both these teams.
EK away from the basket, and an offensive foul called on EK. That's his first, team's first.
Yeah, that EK has to stay on the floor for Gonzaga. He cannot get in early foul trouble. You see, he's got his chicken wing way up there.
Yes, this is not even a hook. He is going all the way up on his shoulder. And I wish the camera can see. Deb is reenacting a play.
We got a camera on it. We have a camera on it.
Banging me, pushing me, holding.
Get excited. I mean, we knew how good this game was going to be, right? We know how good.
17-15 to play. First half, Uzan, a little hesitation. Nice jab step. Sharp has it knocked away. Good hands by Nemhard. He does steal the ball a lot, too. Nemhard skips it left side. Hickman for 3. No good, enough.
You know, he bobbled it a little bit. Yeah. For a shooter, you want to catch it clean, and you don't want to drop your hands.
Pryor has it knocked away out of bounds. They're going to confer to see who hit that ball last. Let's see who it is. They're going to say it's Gonzaga basketball. Let's check in with AJ.
Well, Tom, a little less than a month ago, Gonzaga forward Braden Huff had nearly fallen out of their rotation, averaging about 10 minutes per game in their last 5 regular season games. Then Mark Few switched things up at the West Coast Conference Tournament Championship in the first round, and Huff has shined. He's been putting up 18 points in those last 2 outings, and Few noted how Huff can really be an X factor in this game tonight, guys.
No doubt. Here's Nembhard for 3. And it's an air ball. It'll go out of bounds. Nice catch, AJ. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now.
You know, Steve, there are times in the game for Gonzaga where you can go heavy ball screen action against Houston, but you know they're going to trap it and bring 2. There are other times when you just got to pass and cut and keep them spread out so you can stay away from the traps.
It is, and you know, listen to the practice yesterday. Coach Few said, ball screen, stay away from Tugler. Stay away from JoJo because he is so good. They didn't want to run ball screens with him.
I wouldn't even dribble the ball in front of him with his length. He got several deflections in the SIUE game.
Sure did. Francis off the front of the rim. Roberts with the rebound. Pryor for 3. It's good.
And if you're Gonzaga, you cannot give up these offensive rebounds because they're going to kick it out to these guards and they can spray it.
This is the best 3-point shooting team at Houston that Kelvin Sampson has had.
Battle no good. They're off with their 3 so far, Gonzaga. They go right to it for Pryor. Makes another one back to back. He's got 6 quick ones. It's a 10-2 Houston lead.
What makes it so hard in transition is the bigs for the Cougars. They run, they make you sink, and then the shooters get pretty much wide open jumpers.
They go down low to Huff. Now he'll pull it back out. EK, size advantage. Battle, extra pass for Nembhard. Nembhard swings it to Hickman, and Hickman has it knocked away. 15-11 to play here in the first half. It's an early 8-point lead for Houston. The chance to move on to the Sweet 16. 9 straight for Gonzaga. That's a pretty sweet record. Houston, they got one of their own. They've got 5 in a row. Wow, that is an amazing run for Auburn. The winner of that one will face Michigan, which went on a 9-0 run to finish off the Texas A&M game, 91-79. Jamie, thank you. The inbounds goes to Huff off this timeout. Leave it for Hickman, inside for Gregg. First substitution, and he's able to get it off the glass.
The one thing that Gonzaga does really well is play through the short corner behind the defense.
And let me tell you, every coach from Gonzaga said, when you catch it in the paint, pump fake. Everything was pump fake, so let's keep an eye on that. When they come in to the lane, they get 2 feet in the lane, they said pump fake every time.
Yeah, they just kept voicing it over and over and over again yesterday. Shot clock down to 10. Uzan waves everybody through. Goes to the baseline for Roberts. Roberts gets position, switches hands. Gregg with the rebound.
Roberts that time should have kicked it out. Emmanuel Sharp was waiting all by himself, waiting for a shot.
Gregg short. Roberts gets the rebound.
Houston will live with Ben Gregg taking 3s off that short roll.
And Roberts going in against Huff, and he powers his way off the glass.
That was just, I see you, but I don't see you, and I'm going to go through you.
4 points for Roberts. He and Francis, the 2 bigs that are in there right now for Houston. Gregg down low. And he has the second bucket.
There he goes, right there. Again, behind the D. They worked on that multiple times in practice yesterday, Dave Gonzaga.
Tugler goes out, Francis come in, and his last game he had 13 points and 8 rebounds in just 15 minutes.
He was really active in that game.
Yes, he was.
Roberts again. Roberts in the paint, leaves it for him, and the slam is blocked away, and it's a foul called on Gregg. All right, here's a look at our AT&T connected cam. Let's watch Houston crash the board.
This is Juwan Roberts right here on the offensive end of the floor. He's playing down in that dunker spot. As the screen comes, watch the activity on the glass. He's going to get some offensive rebound and immediately kick it out to a wide open LJ Cryer. This is a Houston team that shoots just south of 40% from the three. I think in years past he would have powered that back up, but the balance that they have around the three-point line is an incredible weapon for Kelvin Sampson.
And he'll check out. Arsenault checks in. So does Malik Wilson. As Francis will get a second free throw. Francis 72% from the free throw line. And he missed the second one. Huff with the board. Nembhard didn't score a lot the other day, but he did assist. Not on the board yet with either. They isolate Huff. Gets control, throws it up, no good. Wilson with a rebound.
That was a tough shot by Huff. Got to go a little bit stronger than that.
Yeah, the Cougars, they're going to be right up against you, body to body, the whole time.
Notice that they didn't bring two to the block on the matchup with Huff. They think that Francis can handle it.
Yeah, Kelvin Sampson said that quite often yesterday in shoot-around. Francis faces up against Huff. Trying to get some daylight. Wow, a long extension with his legs and the foul underneath. Refresh the madness with Coke Zero Sugar to get an exclusive offer in the Wendy's app. Foul is on Greg. That's his second, team third.
Kelvin Sampson has a wonderful front court with Roberts and Tugler. And then Francis comes off the bench to him. That is just not fair.
And then when they want to play small, they put Arsenault on the floor. He's out there right now playing at the 4 spot.
Tugler, tough pass right back to Cryer. Cryer fadeaway jumper is good. Nothing but net.
Steve, I said this the other day. It's Cryer on the back of the jersey, but it should say winner. Guy's an amazing basketball player. He's had so much success as a collegiate athlete at Baylor and here at Houston.
Ajayi banks it home on the fader.
Got to call that one. He didn't call that bank.
I thought that one was going to hard off the rim.
But he played well in the game versus UGA. Didn't score a lot, but he was very active.
Transfer from Pepperdine.
4 for 4. He's heating up.
You know what? I just saw them change the name on the back of his jersey. It says winner and shooter.
They're going to change it.
Yeah, you mentioned transfer from Baylor. He's from Houston. He said it's an honor to wear Houston across his chest as Tugler swats that one away out of bounds. It'll remain Gonzaga basketball.
JoJo is everywhere. What a defensive stance for the Cougars, and L.J. Cryer knocking down shots.
Number 1 seed, the Houston Cougars on top of Gonzaga 17-8. Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games with Fast Break presented by AT&T in the March Madness Live app. Moments ago, AJ caught up with Kelvin Sampson.
Coach, your defense has forced several turnovers to start. You've gotten some good looks inside and outside. How do you like the balance to start this one?
Good. I mean, Gonzaga's good. I mean, how the game's going right now has nothing to do with how it's going to be an hour from now or into the first half. You just got to stay locked in the entire game because of how good they are.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
He is right. They got to stay locked in. Battles 3, no good. Rebound by Tugler, who ripped it off the boards. Tugler's got 3 rebounds in the early going. Here comes Cryer for 3. In and out.
Boy, that was, like you said, Tom, more in than out.
Sure was. Nembhard's taking 1 shot. That's the second. No good. He thought he was fouled. And Tugler with another rebound. Gonzaga 0 for 6 from beyond the arc so far to start. Remember, they got up to a 13-0 start against Georgia, and their pace was unbelievable. Little different defense here tonight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they are taking away everything.
Tugler back to Wilson. Shot clock at 7. Sharp working against Stromer. Sharp going up off the glass.
I mean, Emmanuel Sharp, he's basically that third guard who averages about 12.5 points. He's so good playing on the backside, driving it.
And he fouls Nembhard. 10:33 to play. Elite 8 matchup in the second round. That's right. Gonzaga is an 8 seed, but a lot of folks think that they should have been higher than that. And of course, Houston, the 1 seed. Everybody expected that. They're first in defensive efficiency, third in the net rank. Gonzaga, though, 8th in the net rank and 9th in the Ken Pom ranking system. They finished strong.
They're both in the top 20 in offensive and defensive efficiencies. EK,
he didn't realize nobody was there, and he's off the glass. It's good.
He needs to get to that left hand over that right shoulder. Nice job by Ryan Nembhard to deliver it where he could finish.
Well, EK did a nice job, like you said, Deb. Not doing too much. One dribble, power dribble.
Look at ISO.
Sharp fadeaway jumper. It's good over the top of Nembhard.
He can really play. Doesn't get a chance to handle that much. But when he catches, he's a 1-2 dribble, jump shot, or to the bucket. Doesn't waste time or movement.
Well, Houston's going to get the ball back here with an 11-point lead.
They're going to go right back to Sharp in this matchup right here, whether he's got Nembhard or Stromer on him. A little extended pressure by Gonzaga.
They worked on this, the Cougars. They wanted Sharp in a deep corner to skip pass it over, see if he can get a three.
Yeah, Battle's watching him as he crosses over. Uzan, Wilson cut off by Stromer. Shot clock down to 7. Uzan directing traffic, trying to get free of Nembhard. Step back three, no good. And the rebound tipped into the hands of Nembhard. Gonzaga averages 86.5 points per game. They're trying to get their offense going. Ajayi's not necessarily a three-point specialist.
There's a reason why you're open.
I think for him, he should have took up the space there and drove it extremely hard.
And a block by Ajayi.
Way to make up for it on the defensive end.
Time now for power forward, presented by Nissan. LJ Cryer.
First team all Big 12. 4 Big 12 regular season titles. Guy's a winner and he knows how to score. I think he has great temperament to his game. He can be explosive at times.
He already has 91 double-figure games in his career.
There's nothing he can't do offensively.
What I love about him, Dad, he's such a good offensive player, but he does not slack up on the defensive end at all.
What do you think Kelvin Sampson would say if that happened?
Come sit next to me.
That's right. He goes out on Hickman. They go to Hoff up top for Nembhard. Nembhard enters to EK, and EK with that power left.
Nice duck in by big number 13.
That duck in, Houston's coaching staff told their players that's the first option for them, is to get it in.
Do your work early.
Roberts did not have any kind of angle on that spin.
You got to get in Ryan Nembhard's window early. He sees all 9 players.
Yeah, what did Kelvin Sampson tell us? I mean, we've heard what Mark Hughes said about him. Kelvin Sampson said he's a maestro.
Interesting, you said it, Dad. No double team at all on Huff. He kept dribbling, trying to see where they're coming from. Nobody's coming.
Cryer up top for 3. Yes!
LJ Cryer, shoot till your arm falls off.
He has 13. 24-12. The 1 seed is leaning on the guy with the most NCAA experience to get the lead. Our tournament summary, Steve Smith's conference continues to roll. They're 10-0. They were 2-0 today. Gonzaga's the only Bulldog remaining in the field that began with 6. And conference call, SEC, 7 of the 14 teams remain. And here, Houston is a 24-12 lead, and LJ Cryer has been dominant.
Now, I'm running a play for Battle right here coming out of the timeout. I want him to take the shot that I want him to get, not the one that Houston dictates.
Huff in the paint, and Huff leans it with his left hand.
He's so skillful. I love him at 6'10". Redshirt sophomore. Last 2 games, 18 points. He can score inside, he can score outside. He has a good feel for the game.
Yeah, there's that story that he was a point guard when he was in high school for an extended period of time. You can see some of that with his skills. Trying to force Roberts away, and Roberts just pounds it off the glass. That box is up there for a reason.
Yeah, but also, if you're Gonzaga, you've got to take away his right shoulder.
Hickman covered by Cryer. They won't let him take the three. Battle lost control. And Battle cut off by Sharp. Sharp with the steal. And Sharp against EK.
Unbelievable defense. And there's Tugler.
Oh, what an exchange.
And this is where if you're Mark Few, somebody has to come back and hustle. It was 3 Cougars down there to 1 Gonzaga player.
And Huff cans the first 3 of the night for the Bulldogs.
Nice job by Ryan Nembhard to flatten out the D and allow the trail 3 to happen. 5 straight points for Huff.
So Nembhard all of a sudden has 4 assists. It's an 11-point game here in the first half. Battle trying to cut Uzan off. He does. Tugler to Uzan. Uzan is fouled. They're going to get Huff for that one.
Really nice cut by Uzan.
Well, we got 2 legends on the sidelines. Mark Few, Kelvin Sampson. They have over 1,400 career wins. Wow. Houston is on top 28-17 as we step away from Old Town back inside Intrust Arena. The #1 seed is on top of the #8 seed. Moments ago, AJ caught up with Mark Few.
Coach Braden Huff providing a bit of a spark there. What else do you need to see to get into more of an offensive rhythm with your team?
Got to settle down. We're a little rattled at that end. We just got to find our bigs at the right time. I think there's still some areas we can exploit there. And then, guards got to settle down and get our feet set. They're getting some open shots from 3. We got to step up and knock them down.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Well, there's Nembhard. He has 4 assists so far, but they need more than him at the point position.
Yeah, well, against this defensive pressure, you need 2 guys to make decisions and be able to handle the basketball. They're going to take Nembhard out, and you look at Gonzaga right now, 6 turnovers. They've given up 7 points off that. They do not have a free throw. When you have an aggressive team like this, you got to find a way to get to the free throw line.
It's what we started talking about at the beginning of the game, about inviting and welcoming the pressure. You know 2 are going to come to the ball. You got to make a play out of it. You got to get an advantage that way. It's just hard to do it because it's hard to simulate their length and quickness.
And Chinty's about to check in. Here's Roberts in the paint with the shot clock at 5. Ball tipped around. A good defensive stand by the Bulldogs. Nembhard always has his eyes up. He's looking, he's peering, he's wondering.
See if they can get Hickman on a catch and shoot.
EK from the corner 3, too much. And the rebound pulled down by Tugler.
I mean, he is capable. He has made 11 this year, but I think Houston would let him take that until he makes it.
Cryer leans back for 3. Roberts with the offensive board. Cryer again. It's good.
Can't give him 2 looks. Yeah, not at all.
Too good.
He has 16 first half points. He's taking control of this game.
Again, straight up in the post.
And Huff, we saw him make that shot the other night.
So skilled.
He's good. I mean, if they're not going to double team, that might have to be their offense tonight. And on the Gonzaga side, you got to find somebody who want to be a straight line driver, other than Nembhard.
I think that's Battle.
Or Hickman. Either guy.
Right.
Hickman's more of a catch and shoot guy.
But today, he's going to have to drive it.
And Uzan is able to convert. That's his first bucket of the night, 33-19. Nembhard quickly brings the ball across the midcourt.
Got a mismatch right here with Tugler on Nembhard. I'd boomerang that thing right back and let Nembhard go to work.
Now they're going to get Sharp for the foul.
I don't think anybody wants anything to do with Joseph Tugler.
No, not at all. Watch this. Get on the glass. Roberts doing a nice job. He gets 2 practice shots. He's going to make one of them for sure.
Like automatic for Roberts to find Cryer.
Sharp will check out. He has 4 points now, 2 fouls, so he'll sit most likely for the rest of this half. It's only 4:29. Cryer's led everybody with 16. EK against Francis. They isolate. Roberts came over for a little help. Nembhard for 3. It's good. He can hit that 3. There's no doubt about that.
A good read by EK. Patient, saw the double team coming, went away from it. Perfect pocket pass to Ryan Nembhard, who nails it.
EK's almost 3 assists a game. He does see the floor well out of that double.
So athletic. They hand it up to Uzan. Uzan caught, knocked away. And Chinty is able to get the steal and the tie-up, and the possession belongs to Gonzaga. 3:55 left to play here in the first half. The possession goes to the Bulldogs. This is pretty smooth for Nembhard, trying to find him in the corner. And he'll let it fly.
Jamie, you know it. I love it.
Boy, they are good. That's going to be a decent matchup, 1 versus 5.
Oh, yeah.
Heck of a job that Coach May has done at Michigan. Battle bringing the ball up. Nembhard is off the ball, now bobbles it. Looking for EK, not there. Now he gets to him high, way up top. EK, there's a double team up to Battle. Battle up off the glass, doesn't get it to lean. Rebound by EK, blocked away. Francis got a hand on it. 3:20 to play. Gonzaga had made 5 of 6 before that miss.
That would have been a big bucket.
That would have been a big bucket.
Really big bucket. Now they need a big stop.
Houston running the clock down under 10. Roberts. A hop, a skip, a spin, a throw, no good. And the rebound by Huff.
Way to fight on the glass.
I'm impressed with Braden Huff, how he's playing. Battling on the boards. Doing a nice job. He's their offense so far in this first half with 7 points.
Nembhard inside for EK. EK off the glass. It's no good. He's had a couple angles. He just can't get it to go.
Yeah, it's a great job of recognizing the mismatch, though. Spread it out when Nembhard ends up with a 5 on him.
They try it again. Roberts does. He's frustrated that that ball didn't go down. Nembhard inside. They got a size advantage here with Huff, and he's short.
That's that quick offense, right? That quick hitter that look right down the middle as a first action in their transition game.
Neither team has scored in the last 2 minutes plus. 2 minutes to play. And Nembhard with the save. We almost got another visitor. Battle. High stepping off the glass. Gets the roll.
Nembhard did everything. Fought through the screen. Then on the Iverson cut, stayed with him. Swiped down. Saved it before it went out of bounds. And good job by Battle. Straight line drive to get a bucket. That could get him going.
5 assists for Nembhard. He's moved past Avery Johnson for 5th all time in the season. 1:25 to play. And a foul inside on Francis. That's the first foul on Francis. Here's our game summary. A good start for Houston. And Gonzaga started out cold from beyond the arc. They've hit the last couple, but they've turned it over 6 times.
Yeah, they're on a little bit of a scoring drought, a little over 3 minutes, and Gonzaga's bringing a fight right now.
Yeah, that Mark Few, what did he tell AJ? He said, we just need to settle down. He's seen enough over the years.
You guys stay down on that pump fake.
Vincenze, now Battle for 3. It's good. He splashed it home. It's a 6-point game and a timeout called by Kelvin Sampson. 7 for Battle. Coming up on AT&T at the half, get all the scores and highlights plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. I asked Caleb Battle yesterday, I said, what's the difference between now and your time at Temple? He said, conditioning. I'm more athletic, and he's got some hops.
Oh, for sure.
More athletic. Wow.
Yeah, more athletic.
More athletic, okay.
So Sharp went out with the 2 fouls. Gonzaga's got an 8-0 run. It's a 6-point ball game. 1 minute to play here in the first half.
Nembhard doing a really good job on Cryer.
EK comes over to help out. Nembhard goes back to him. Tugler leans it in over the top of EK.
I mean, the degree of his body in the air. And he landed on 2 feet. I thought he was coming down on his face.
Oh, he has 6. Nembhard is directing traffic. He wants Inocenti to come over along the baseline. Nembhard to Huff. Little shot fake. Shot clock's winding down. Shot clock at 5. Battle. Shot clock at 3. Battle into the paint. Throws it off the back of the iron. No good. Tugler. Whoa!
Crashing from the weak side. 6 rebounds for Tugler.
And they'll hold it for one last shot. Uzan. 3 seconds left. Uzan. Cut off. Pryor. And that's it. They don't get a shot off. And that's the end of the first half. Kind of a wild first 20 minutes. Gonzaga settling down a little bit. They've made it an 8-point game. 35-27. And they've kind of got on a little bit of a run. But speaking of runs, LJ Cryer had one to begin, and AJ Ross is with him.
Yeah, LJ, incredible first half for you. 16 points, 4 3-pointers. What did you like about the way you all spread it around and looks you got in the first half?
We just been playing within ourselves. We hang our hats on defense, though, and we got to clean that up to end the half.
Sound just like your coach. Looking forward to the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, AJ, thank you. We appreciate that. That's the end of the first half. It's 35-27 Houston. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. EK with 4 points and 3 rebounds so far in tonight's game. You know, we mentioned they average 86.7 per game. They have about 43 points in the paint. Well, tonight, Houston, and this is not a shock because their defense is so good, Houston has limited them in both of those categories. Sharp begins the second half with 2 personal fouls. He gets it off to Uzan. Roberts faces up, working against Huff. Gave up his dribble a little early. Uzan didn't have to do a lot of scoring in the first half. He had 2 points. Pryor leads all scorers with 16. Roberts with the shot clock at 7 over the top of Huff.
What a patient and mature possession to start the second half by Houston.
And I love that Roberts didn't go quick. Good job of catching it on the block, taking his time, and it was an easy bucket for him down there.
8 points. CK can't convert on the other end. Tugler with his 7th rebound. Uzan floating. Finds Roberts again. Roberts has an objective, and it's to score right out of the gates.
Once again, they started the game going inside. They're starting the second half, trying to punish that front line of Gonzaga.
Jamal Shedd's sister gave him a wristlet that said beast mode, and he's been a beast these first 2 possessions, and now he gets the rebound here.
Tugler and Roberts beat each other up for that rebound on the same team.
Here's Roberts again. Roberts against EK. 2 big men going at it. Uzan got the quick first step on Battle and missed it.
Tugler all over that, but he missed it. Gonzaga straight line drive.
Battle strong with the ball. Foul going up. Well, Roberts has reached double digits for the Cougars, Deb.
Well, Juwan Roberts, look where he catches the basketball, and he gets right into the chest of Huff. Gets to that right hand, and this one right here in the slot. He is aggressive trying to attack. He's got that nice little half floater with his left hand.
Well, Roberts called for that foul. That's his 2nd. And Battle with the first free throws of the night for Gonzaga. He's one of the best free throw shooters in the country, and he converts the first one. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. He at one point this year made 50 consecutive free throws. Now, for Deb, that's no big deal. Makes another one here. Steve, you've been known to make some free throws in a row, but 50 in a row.
I had a nice little streak going in the Big Ten for a while, and I remember the day I snapped it. It was probably an announcer's jinx, probably.
I was just thinking about that.
Why you, Tom?
I would have done it just to make sure that we got the story out there. And then, Deb, you do your best free throw shooting, what, between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m.?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's about my time.
And speaking of free throws, if you're battle, and you shoot it that well, Deb, you got to keep putting his head down and get to the free throw line and scoring with that athletic ability.
Make Houston take a charge.
Here's Roberts against Huff. He's trying to battle, and Roberts just feeds the rim. He's got 6 second half points, 12 overall.
He is relentless.
Nembhard to Huff. Huff's got height on him, and that's a good move.
Really nice job by Braden Huff to come back and attack Roberts. Going right back and forth in the paint here.
I think they have to keep going to that, Dad, because there's no double team on Huff, and he's making them pay.
There's Roberts again, using that left, and it pinballs around and down. There must have been a talk in the locker room at halftime about getting him involved.
I think it was about attacking and being aggressive.
EK, his second 3 attempt of the game. This one he converts, and they needed that.
Yeah, they hadn't doubled Huff at all. Went down the double, and EK made him pay.
43-34. It's a 3-possession game. Each team has made 4 threes tonight. Look at Roberts. He wants it again. I wasn't sure if he'd give it back up again.
He has to come out of the game. I think he's a little fatigued
winded.
right now. Yeah.
Breyer for 3. No good. EK battling for the rebound. And it's Marsh who's got it. He's knocked out of bounds. Sharp, I should say, with that rebound.
Let's watch Jerron Roberts bang, bang, get to that left shoulder. And next thing you know, on this other end, you can see Roberts asking to come out. Got a little double team at EK. Knocks down that 3. Roberts say, hey, Coach Sampson, give me a little break.
Smart to be honest at times.
Got to.
Houston will about 18 on the shot clock. 4 or 5 in this second half. For Roberts. Looks like they have a little trouble making sure they communicate the play, but they got it now. Arsenault checks in. Smaller lineup. Uzan against Battle.
Nobody tagged the roll. He was open.
He was open.
Uzan off the glass. Tugler cleans it up with a beautiful hammer jam.
Listen, with this small lineup, if EK goes to try to block the shot, somebody has to put a body on Tugler.
45-34. Tugler has 8 to go along with 9 rebounds.
Got a mismatch with that small lineup right there with Huff.
Nembhard didn't see it. Now they got 2 bigs in the middle. EK for 3 again. Second straight 3 for EK.
That's his 13th of the season. Wow.
I will say yesterday at practice, he was sitting there and just taking one after another from the top of the key.
And challenging all the guards, saying, I can shoot 3.
Yes, he did.
They were laughing, and he's showing them right now, and they need it.
8-point game. Pryor. Sharp for 3. He's fouled. Count it. Oh, man.
Emmanuel Sharp. No hesitation, Dad. He knocked down this 3 with a chance for a 4-point play.
Wow. 48-37 with 15:23 to play here in the second half. All right, so the inside game has been the focal point this second half.
Jerron Roberts, for sure, came out in this second half, and his mindset was to attack and score. Over his left shoulder, over his right shoulder, and EK said, well, I usually like to bang. I'm going to come out here and shoot the 3. And boy, as he knocks him down, it looked good.
Hopefully that will loosen some things up, create some driving lanes for Gonzaga. Both big guys going to work here in the second half.
EK remains in. Roberts took a breather, and to the free throw line is Emmanuel Sharp, who just was fouled on a 3-pointer that he made. He's 83 for his last 90 from the free throw line. That's not necessarily a jinx. I mean, it's just putting out the numbers. 48-37. Battle. Inside for Ike. Well, he did a nice job catching that ball. He was losing it for a moment, and Battle really liked that.
Really good decision that time by Caleb Battle.
Beautiful.
He did a really good job working off that screen.
Don't play with it. Drive it, make a decision, but don't go side to side. North and south for him.
Pryor hesitating, jabbing, pulling up, running, no good. Ike with the board. He was kind of off balance a little bit. Now Gonzaga 4 for its last 4. Let's see if they can convert again.
Emhart did a nice job on L.J. Pryor.
I thought he did a good job on him in the first half.
Up, caught underneath in a double team. And a foul against Houston. Saturday night is all right for a fight. Brace yourself for All Elite Wrestling Collision next after NCAA coverage on TNT and now streaming on Max.
So an adjustment coming off the timeout. Houston with a double on Huff. He'd been playing in single coverage.
He had the smaller player Terrence Arsenal on him, so they definitely wanted to go down there and double. Now the Houston Cougars go back to a really big lineup.
They have Roberts and Francis both in. Inocenti is in for Gonzaga. Here's Ike. Ike trying to get his man loose, and he does. He stepped it up this half. He has 14.
Tremendous footwork on the inside.
I mean, Graham Ike went left, right, spin, twist, bucket.
Houston's got to stay locked in on shooters on the weak side because he can pass it.
Roberts is passed to Sharp. Battles on him, and Sharp has it knocked away out of bounds. It'll remain Houston ball. I love Ike's game. He was really good when he was at Wyoming and was banged up.
He knows he's got the one-on-one right here. You see a little stunt from the weak side.
You gotta love it. Take the bang, another bang, then release, and also he got him going right there once you create that space in the post.
Sharp hits the bottom of the backboard, but Inocenti's going to be called for the foul.
We are balling here right now. Both teams going at it.
Mark Few said to AJ in the first half, we just need to settle down a little bit. Well, they have settled down. Don't miss a Minecraft movie. Only in theaters, April 4th.
You don't win as many games as Mark Few at 741. And Kelvin Sampson, 795. Woo! Without knowing how to make adjustments at halftime and get your guys back on track.
What I loved yesterday at practice is when Kelvin was talking, and Mark Few's this way too, but Kelvin made it a point, telling his guys, essentially, this is my classroom. I need you to pay attention. Basically, I'm the teacher. You need to pay attention.
He said, don't disrupt my classroom.
That's what it was. We took better notes than I did, Deb.
We were like students over here, too.
Yeah,
EK from the free throw line. A little too strong. Greg tips it out. Back to him. Inside. Off the... Oh, he missed it. He missed the bunny. He had it right there.
Those are the plays right there. Ben Greg, you have to go up strong. You got to go up to dunk that one.
And we would call that a coach's assist because it's not going to be an assist for Nembhard, but he put the ball in the right spot. And Greg just missed the layup. Or the dunk.
Roberts against Ike, throws it up and in. Ike turned his head at one moment, and Roberts attacks.
Roberts does a nice job without even really having to look at the rim. He knows where he gets to his spot. He has this down where he's going to turn over that shoulder and get there.
He has 16. Greg that time with some touch off the glass.
That was well done. Single side, two-man game. Kiss off the glass.
3-possession ball game. Tugler's about to check back in for Houston. Roberts setting the screen. He wanted it right away. Uzan was cut off, though. Sharp off the glass. He's going to visit the line again.
This is a beautiful snake behind the screen. No help on the second level. What a great read right here.
It is, Dad. What I love about it is once he got downhill, they were afraid to come and absorb that contact. Somebody has to come over and wall up with him or take a charge.
There is nothing finesse about Houston's attack on either end of the floor right now.
Sharp has 11 points. He's 2 of 3 from the line, 3 of 4 from the line.
And it's the interchangeable parts that Kelvin Sampson can put out there. He can go really big, long, he can go small, he can play fast, he can change his coverages like that with a veteran team.
He's got his team back up to a 12-point lead with 12:40 to play, with a right to move on to Indianapolis in the Sweet 16 to take on Purdue. And they'll call a foul on Sharp. That'll be the 3rd team foul. Kelvin Sampson had some funny moments yesterday during the press conference. As Sharp picks up his 3rd. He's out with 12. Kelvin yesterday was asked about Gonzaga, and he corrected whoever asked him about the correct pronunciation of Gonzaga. As Battle launches and makes the 3. They'll know their name now.
Really good execution on the block. The baseline out of bounds. Mark Few's team is excellent in that situational offense.
Back to a 9-point game. Roberts again against EK. He just threw it up, got it back again. Off the glass, no good. Ball tipped around. Tugler kicks it out. Uzan.
Nembhard got out on Cryer quickly.
Uzan for 3. It's good.
That's a big-time shot. Difficult. Fade to his left. Behind the 3-point line. Timely bucket for the Cougars from Uzan.
That's 19 second chance points. He has 5 overall. And Greg can't handle it. .11:41 to play here in the second half. Roberts is battling for the loose ball. 3 different attempts before Uzan converts. Get more sports coverage than ever before in the Bleacher Report app. Be sure to download the all-new Bleacher Report app today. Our game summary. There's a lot of numbers here that jump out, but the biggest thing is the 19 second chance points for Houston.
It is. I mean, they are just relentless on the glass. They have 2 bigs that crash. The guards get to those elbows, try to get the long rebounds. They're good.
11.5 to play. All right, AJ, what did Mark Few have to say?
He was echoing a lot of what you all just said as far as getting Houston to just one shot, not those second chance opportunities. He was emphasizing how much those and ones really hurt this team. And on the other side of the ball, he says they have to get their shots on their terms. That's something he told us in practice yesterday, guys.
Absolutely. It's a 14-point lead now for Houston. 60-46 battle. Pull up Jay.
Let me tell you, that last bucket, Debbie, when the coaching staff stand up like that, that's the one they want to run out of timeout, and they executed. Every coach stood up and was extremely happy and yelling.
All right, but now they're yelling at Tugler because he had an illegal screen.
And Coach Sampson wants to know why. Why, JoJo?
He's following him up the court. He just said, come here. They're going to take a look at this just to see if there was anything extra.
The call is on the floor is a common foul. The play is under review for a possible flagrant foul.
Pat Adams letting us know. Here's the replay. Tugler's 11. Huh.
I think it's just meeting him up the lane, trying to keep him from getting to a post up. I mean, I don't think he lowered the shoulder. I don't see anything extra there.
I mean, that's a common foul in my opinion.
Based on the way the game has been going.
Those are 2 big fellas, by the way.
Yeah.
Love the facial expression of EK.
I love the expression from Kelvin Sampson. Pat Adams, Greg Nixon, Nathan Farrell are the officials. And they're going to confer right now. Gene Steratore joins us. Gene, I know you've officiated basketball and football. Which one, which sport would you put that play on?
It's a legal block because it's in front and above the waist, so I'm all right on the football end. I don't think it's overly excessive. It is some big guys banging. Is it unnecessary? Is he looking at him and unnecessary? You don't read intent. but is unnecessary, and it doesn't rise to the level, in my opinion, of enough excess, right? Just based on excess to say flagrant. It is unnecessary, though, right? I get trying to get yourself in a block and get yourself established, but you're going back after someone. It's not a big lower the shoulder, but there's something there. To me, it's right on that edge. I think you could support a flagrant, but I also can see with some banging that they say, you know what, we've let some banging go tonight and we're going to play on. So to me, it kind of fits right at that edge. It's kind of in the matter of their judgment now as far as unnecessary.
Based on the amount of time they conferred, I'm guessing they're upgrading it. I don't think so. I don't think that it needs to be.
All right, Nathan Farrell's telling us it's going to be upgraded to a flagrant
After
one.
the review, the call would be upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul.
Just a great breakdown by Gene.
Yeah,
Could
really,
have went
really
either
good.
way, but I'm still leaning on the side. This is not a flagrant one in my opinion.
Me neither.
Well, Gene, we appreciate it as always.
Based on the tone of the game.
So EK to the free throw line. We'll get one more. I actually thought Kelvin Sampson might take Tugler out, but he's going to keep him in, which, you know, he's had a good game tonight. 12-point ball game, and Gonzaga will have the basketball. Kelvin, who first met Mark Few when he was at Washington State, and Mark was an assistant at Gonzaga. So long ago. They've only faced each other one time. Wow. Kelvin was in Indiana. A lot of respect for each other. You don't see many bad passes by Nembhard. They led him a little too far on that one. And both have been so successful. You see their winning percentages since 2020. Pat Kelsey, Louisville.
That's incredible. Wow.
That's
over 80% of your games.
That's really incredible.
Amazing. That just speaks to the standards, the habits, not just what you teach, but what you emphasize every day.
Thought about inside, goes into Chinty for three. It's good. He splashed it home. He's got his first bucket. It's a 9-point game.
You can make a run right here if you can get a few stops in a row. Score on the other end, but you got to secure the glass.
Chinty has done a good job. He's given them very solid minutes.
LJ Cryer's been quiet here in the second half.
Uzan for three. No good. Whistle blows. Foul inside. I think that's EK who they're going to get. No, it's Battle. Excuse me. That's a tough one. They have to put 99 when you're signaling.
Oh, yeah, he's holding. Not letting him run.
Yep, little hookage. So Uzan will inbound. 20 on the shot clock. Chinty up top defensively, broke right through the screen, got a hand on it, and he tried to save it out of bounds. 7 on the clock. TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris, beginning May 25th on TNT and stream on Max. So reminder, 7 on the shot clock, still plenty of time. He wants, Kelvin Sampson wants somebody over into the corner. And a foul called on Nembhard. He held Cryer. That's his first. That's a bummer if you're Gonzaga.
You got it to 9 right here. You got to get a stop and go down and score. Put some game pressure on Houston.
Nembhard is trying to get EK under control. He's been drawing with Tugler. He's been drawing with LJ Cryer. Nembhard is saying, hey, that's leadership right there. Let's play. We're right in this game. Down 9. Momentum in Gonzaga's favor.
Cryer to Roberts. That was a tough shot. They call a foul on EK.
a sudden, there's a lot of whistle down here on this end of the floor.
It really is.
Watch this.
That's vertical.
That's vertical.
I agree with you guys.
He does not bring his hands down. He keeps them high. He absorbs the contact in the chest.
And that's 3 on EK. And we are under 10 to play. Roberts to the line.
Not a great free throw shooter. Something to consider if the game gets tight. Instead of letting him just have his way in there.
Yeah, sub 64%.
EK is so important for Gonzaga, and Mark Few is trusting him and leaving him in with 2 fouls.
He missed both of them. Battle with the rebound, knocked out by Wilson. It'll be Gonzaga ball. All right, so 9-point game. They've gotten essentially some stops.
If it's me, I'm going to Huff right now. See if they're doubling or not. Either way, that's a good option. No double, he's made some good plays.
Here comes the help for Houston. Battle, speeds to the basket, blocked away by Roberts. And Achinte gets it back. Shot clock is under 10, it doesn't reset. No change of possession. EK inside, bumps, and will go to the line.
Even though he got his shot blocked, I like that battle attack, Jeff.
I mean, you mentioned it before. He's a great free throw shooter. He's got to get to the second level.
Keep going this hard. That's a beautiful defensive play, but not that many people can make that type of play each time if he drives it that hard.
They gave that foul on Roberts, so that's his 3rd. I thought they gave it to Wilson, so EK to the line. And he's 3 for 3. Graham, EK started his career at Wyoming under Jeff Linder, who was the assistant coach for Texas Tech in game 1. And we talked to Jeff yesterday, and he said that EK used to spend so much time in his office watching film. He said he's so smart. Comes from an athletic family. His grandfather, Tom Graham, was an NFL player. And of course, his uncle, Daniel Graham, played for the Broncos. And you can see the body. And it's a 7-point game. Uzan.
Good help.
Cryer for 3. He's been quiet this half. Quiet no more.
Right in the slot.
19 for Cryer.
I give a lot of credit to Uzan being able to drive the gap and made a nice pass to LJ on that play.
Extra pass to Huff, back to Nembhard. Huff in the paint, leaned it in.
Beautiful short roll to the middle of the floor.
Caught it, no hesitation.
I'm telling you, Ryan Nembhard, he reads his primary, and then he sees the second and the third levels sometimes. He doesn't ever over-penetrate.
He has 9 assists tonight. Wilson underneath. Wilson, he just found some daylight.
You know what I loved about that play? He sold it like he was going underneath. And all along, he knew he was going to lay it up on the strong side.
And Nembhard lost it. Picked up on the floor by Cryer and Uzan. And Innocenti is going to be called for the blocking foul.
We can get a camera on Kelvin Sampson. He said 1-and-1. He was ecstatic. Watch Kelvin Sampson over there.
Well, he knows he's got a good free throw shooting team in the backcourt.
Watch this. Sell it, sell it. I'm going on the strong side.
I have to admit, I thought he was going to pass it. Like, dive in, get rid of it. All right, so here's Cryer, 90.5% from the free throw line. Explosive first half, just made his first bucket here in the second half. He's been a difference maker. Mom and dad watching. His mom Tamika, his dad Lionel.
And they keep coming at you in waves.
Jordan Lewis in the middle there, great point guard at Alabama. Alabama women won today in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
Uzan goes out, and here comes Emmanuel Sharp. Deep, deep team.
And Cryer makes both. 12-point game again.
On the other side there, Mark Few is going with this group. Hickman hasn't played a lot. He's been going this far for a while.
Battle for three. Yes!
See how that pass was a little bit low, and instead of dropping his hands, he dropped his hips so he could load his jumper.
10 assists for Nembhard. Pryor, boy, that jab step. Oh, he got open. Oh, man.
Tom, you said it. That hard jab. Usually it's off the dribble, but that jab got him some space. Shoot it till your arm come off.
That's right.
Time to take a look at tomorrow's second-round schedule with the opening game on CBS, TNT, and TBS. UConn at Florida. St. Mary's, they had a comeback win in the opening round against Alabama. And Colorado State will take on Maryland and Kevin Willard's squad. It all starts with the Nissan NCAA tip-off show at 5 p.m. on TNT. Nolan Hickman has no points tonight, and he hasn't played much here in the second half. He's played just 5 minutes, and we had 7:31 to play. They're going with this rotation, basically. And Nembhard, who has 10 assists, goes up to Huff. Huff open for a moment, skips it. Nembhard inside the free throw line.
He throws him with his eyes and hesitation. He's waiting for somebody to come down to drop it off. No one came, so he took the shot and buried it.
They got to make a move right here. I mean, this is where they got to lock in.
Pryor, turnaround jumper in and out. Ball tipped around.
Good battle. Down low by EK.
Nembhard wants to move this offense too.
With Francis.
High low. And EK's fouled on the floor. 6:39 to play in the second half. An opportunity to move on to the Sweet 16. Both these programs very familiar with it. 10-point lead for Houston. Our game reset. Houston leads it by 10, 70-60. The 2 timeouts left for Gonzaga. 3 for Houston. LJ Pryor had an amazing first half, and he's come to life here again in the second half.
And he plays in so many multiple actions. For Houston, he's a tremendous three-point shooter. He's got separation skills, and he's hunting shots here with 24 points so far in the game.
AJ, what do you have?
LJ's been under the tutelage of assistant coach Quannas White, who in his heyday at Oklahoma, he broke some records for his three-point shooting, but Coach White has been really working with the guards of Houston as far as their perimeter shooting, gives a lot of credit to their hard work ethic, and he was just named as the head coach at Louisiana, guys.
Yeah, in fact, had the press conference this past Monday, came back to the team. He's going to be a really good one. There's no doubt about that. The associate head coach for Houston, named the head coach at Louisiana on March 10th.
Congratulations. You can see the intensity all over his face. He is into this one. And watching him in practice, all the players go up to him and consistently ask him questions.
So here's LJ to the free throw line. LJ Pryor.
So the turnover, then the foul.
And then one made free throw, which, again, you mentioned this before, Deb, how good he is from the line, near 91%. Inocenti now has 3 fouls. Again, there's Hickman. You just saw he's only played 5 minutes in this second half. He averages 11.5 points per game. Both free throws are good.
You know, he's a catch and shoot guy, even though he's played some point guard for Gonzaga. This is not a catch and shoot game.
They may need the 3 though soon, right?
Yes.
Here's Nembhard for 3. Good! He splashed it over the top of Roberts.
Right on time, Tom.
He's done a nice job recognizing that mismatch, and Roberts on him, having to guard him on the perimeter.
6 minutes to play in the second half. Uzan says get Pryor. An illegal screen by, oh no, excuse me. I thought it was a legal screen by Francis. Instead, it's a foul on Nembhard. It's his second.
Trying to get through the screen, Tom. Wrapping up LJ around his waist.
When you got a 5 on, you got an option here. You can either drive it and dish, or you can step it back.
Nice job. Ryan Nembhard standing 6 feet against the taller Juwan Roberts. Shot it over his hands.
Pryor converts the free throw. He's 5 for 5 from the line. Along with Steve Smith, Debbie Antonelli, A.J. Ross, Gene Steratore, I'm Tom McCarthy. We've had a great few days here in Wichita. Kimani Morales, Deb Bulak have been producing the games. Matt Plundo, Jim Cornell have been directing the games. Matt's daughter Kira's 8th birthday today. Happy birthday to her.
Yes, happy birthday.
Our great crew, Mark Schaefer, Adam Cohen, Rachel Wagner, Lena Hendrickson, Ryan Macheska, and so many others. We've enjoyed ourselves here. Here's EK underneath. EK off the glass.
Ryan Nembhard just wills that basketball to EK.
Well, he does a nice job. He sees the plays before it happened. Make sure he baited all 2 guys, defenders from the Cougars, to come hard at him and gave a nice little drop-off.
And on top of managing the offense, he's had the L.J. Cryer matchup most of the game.
He's on him again here. Cryer crosses over for 3. No good. Inochinti runs it down.
He has played well. Emmanuel Chinti has done a nice job for Gonzaga. Hustling, defending, and knocked down a big 3.
They skip it to the corner, cut off by Wilson. He doesn't make many mistakes.
I think that was a fatigue.
Yeah.
In fact, that was a fatigue.
Yeah, that no zip on it.
He lofted that one up. You can just tell. I think he's wearing down on him having to guard L.J. Cryer.
Yes.
Gonzaga has pulled within 9, 74-65. They've shot 68% in the second half. Roberts, little misdirection over the top of EK.
Has been so consistent.
Let me tell you something. That was a move, Dad.
18 shots, that's a lot for him.
Yeah, it is. They had an objective in the second half was to get him the basketball. He got him good, all right. It's an 11-point lead for Houston. We've gotten a chance to see the maestro, as Kelvin Sampson calls Ryan Nembhard, distribute some passes here tonight.
He's been very good. A nice little pass down in the block. And this one I love. Gets it right to Huff. Last one, he's fighting guys that are taller than him. Gets it over the battle for the 3-point shot. He can really see. That's the one I really love. Let me have you 2 guys jump, and I get it to my guy. EK for the bucket, 11 assists, only 4 turnovers. And when I say that, it's a lot of pressure they put on him, and he still only has 4 turnovers.
When I talked to him yesterday at practice, I asked him where were the spots on the floor you had to stay away from. There's a miscommunication. That's back-to-back off timeouts, ATOs, turnovers. But Ryan said, I have to stay out of the corners, keep the ball in the middle, welcome the trap. He knew exactly. He watches so much film.
Uzan in trouble. EK covering him up. They go to Cryer, who has 28 points tonight. Shot clock is under 10. Uzan, pull up Jay. In and out. Oh, Wilson comes flying in with the rebound.
Yes. How big is that one? With 3:48 to go.
This is where they can close out games because their backcourt can make free throws.
Here's Cryer, quick first step. Got some separation, spinning underneath, kicks it out to the corner. Shot clock is at 2. Wilson pull-up jumper, no good. And the rebound by Inochinti.
I'd look for Huff right here, see if you can get him to the block.
EK trying to get to a strong side, and Wilson knocks it out of bounds with 11 on the shot clock. After all the games are over, Adam Lefkoe, Jay Wright, Candace Parker, and Seth Davis have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness, presented by Buick. It's later tonight, only on TBS. Battle off the inbound. His 3, no good. And Francis with the high rebound.
It's a good timeout by Coach Sampson. Very good timeout.
2:56 to play. We'll be back in 30 seconds. The #1 seed is on top by 11. Up 11. Kelvin Sampson calls the timeout. What are you guys thinking when you see that?
Well, I'm thinking right now he's looking at up 11 with 3 minutes left. I'm going to run that one play. And I love we have two basketball minds here. Deb says it's going to be a 3. I think it's going to be some kind of misdirection and a lob, something going to the rim.
I'm going for the 3 because I know if I miss, I can offensive rebound it, kick it back out, take some more time, or find another 3.
I'm going with L.J. Cryer as a decoy. Run him off real hard. Everybody jump, and you go for a lob.
Well, the winner of this one moves on.
Who do you think he's going to have who's going to win? Me or Deb?
I think L.J. Cryer is going to fire a 3, and it's going to go in. He's going to reach a career high.
You don't want to pick. You don't want to pick that.
All right, Steve, start humming along with Master P. What do you got?
Well, we played against each other, so we don't talk basketball.
Uh-oh.
His son, Mercy Miller, hasn't played today.
It can really play, but he can really flat out play.
There's Mercy and his dad. His dad now with working in New Orleans with Tulane.
And Mercy, a 6'4" freshman, his son, set a high school record with 68 points last year.
In one game, that's amazing. One high school game, that's incredible. And he's going to be really good. He played well the other night in Houston. Uzan with the shot clock. Plenty of time left.
Here's the trap. Ajayi in the game for defense. There's a turnover. Yep, absolutely. Good job by Mark Few's club putting Ajayi in the game for defensive purposes. Huff coming back in for offense.
Well, let me correct that. It's New Orleans for Master P. My bad, not Tulane, but that was great defense there.
And you know what? Mark Few, a mastermind. 2 of them going after. He knew Calvin Sampson was going to his money play, so he changed into a press. Little 1-3-1 and got the turnover.
All right, Chitty will inbound along the sidelines. Nemhart directing traffic. This is a big moment. They haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. DK with a shot fake, working against Francis. He's got to use a timeout. And that's the final timeout for the Zags. 8 on the shot clock. We'll be back to Wichita right after this. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Houston's on top 76-65. And for Gonzaga, they've made it to 9 consecutive Sweet 16 appearances. Pretty incredible to see what their run is. Houston's made it to 5 consecutive Sweet 16 appearances. Will that come to an end? Well, there's still time left in this one. Shot clock winding down. Nemhart is bumped. Foul on Francis. It'll send Nemhart to the line. Francis picks up his 3rd.
Now, if you're Gonzaga right now, make these 2 free throws. And they're getting you set your defense. I like the little trap they had.
They got Ajayi back in the game, Steve, so.
Looks like they're going right back to it.
Nemhart to the line. Fronted to 1-1 is good. Nothing but net. It's his first free throw of the night. He's got 9 points and 11 assists tonight. Hickman still on the bench. He's only played 5 minutes in the second half.
Can't get beat over the top.
And Nemhart makes both. Substitutions for the Cougars. Emmanuel Sharp will check in for Francis.
I like the substitution here too because you put Sharp on the backside of this pressure, which stretches the traps in the defense.
And another ball handler.
Dangerous as a 3-point shooter.
Taking Francis out. Now you have 4 smalls in if you're the Cougars.
It's a 3-possession game. They trap up top. That led to a turnover a moment ago. Uzan to the baseline for Wilson. To the corner.
There's the 3.
No good. In battle with the rebound. They got the shot.
That's why they put him in the corner.
Battle. Scissor lift. No good. Ball tipped around and a foul on the floor. I believe they'll get Wilson over the top of EK. And that's Wilson's 2nd.
Let's watch this. A lot of guys down there bumping. Okay.
I guess he got a shoulder.
Grove stops the clock, gets Gonzaga to the line.
EK's had a nice night. He has 20 points. Kelvin Sampson just barked out that that was a legal rebound.
Well, Mark Few, excuse me, Tom, is 2 for 2 on the half-court press.
Yes. Stayed with it, made him take a quick shot, got the rebound. And it's hard to secure the rebound when you're in a press or in a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
But EK rattles that one home. 22 points for EK. 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Gonzaga's 10 for 10 from the line. 2 minutes to play. It's a 7-point game. Sharp up top to use that Pryor. They'll run some clock.
Johnny working hard on the top of this D.
Shot clock at 5. Uzan, runner, no good. Gonzaga gets the ball.
Going inside to EK. Get him to the block.
They got him outside. His shot fake, dribbling in, backing his way in, left hand over, got the bucket!
EK with a nice move. Had a counter to Roberts. Roberts, who wanted to take away his left hand on the drive. Watch it. Spin, come back, Pearl, bank, bump, bucket.
How about the job Mark Few has done right here to cut this thing? If he can make a free throw. Wow. Make it a 4-point game.
He does make it. This is the closest it's been since it was 7-2. That was a while ago. That was
Now you got some game pressure on Houston.
And a timeout called.
This is exactly what you wanted if you're Gonzaga. You wanted to find a way. Get yourself back in the game by putting some pressure on the Cougars.
Gonzaga has 8 losses this year. Look how close these losses have been and where they were with the time remaining. That's incredible. And maybe they can get over the top here. I don't know. It's tough against this Houston defense. They've never led since it was 4-2.
They have some experience on this roster. They've been in these close games like we've just shown. It's going to come down now to who can knock down free throws and not make mistakes.
So they never led. This is the closest it's been since it was 4-2. Really incredible. 1:10 to play. Uzan will inbound. Sharp. Mark Few's telling his guys, come on up, come on up.
Wait till he crosses midcourt. There's the trap.
Ball's tipped out of bounds. That's a good call by Nathan Farrell. I think EK did get his hand on it.
Yeah, she was all over it, Tom.
They're going to review it.
They will look at it, which, you know, was smart.
Yep.
EK looked at the official, said, really good call.
Yeah, I think Nathan was right on it.
He was. Dangerous pass.
That's really dangerous.
High arcing, lofty pass.
Play is under review.
Pat Adams letting us know that that play is under review. I think this will be pretty quick.
Definitely Coach Sampson making sure his players know you got to cut hard, you got to pivot strong, you got to handle the ball with 2 hands.
Yeah, you got to also be able to drive it extremely hard, stay away from the sidelines and the half court, and make sure you draw 2 and make a good pass, and people got to come meet the ball.
Gene Steratore looked at it in our New York studios, and he agrees with the call on the court. They're showing it here in Wichita. And there's some groans around the arena, but it is the right call. I mean, there's his hand on the ball right there. And that was the call, by the way, was that it hit EK last. Pat Adams to your right, Nathan Farrell to your left. It is a nail biter, there's no doubt about it. And that's what we want in March.
You want to make it tough for Houston to inbound the ball here, assuming that the call stands. Houston has 1 timeout remaining. You got to cut hard. You got to play the game low right now.
And Deb mentioned Houston has 1 timeout left. Gonzaga does not have any timeouts left. I think that's the shot they're looking at to make sure that Wilson's hand was off the ball. And it was.
Yeah, that's EK. It's the last one to touch that one.
I am a little surprised it's taken this long, but maybe they're looking at the clock too to make sure that they have that right.
Looking at the clock.
Yeah, they're running it back. Every second is a cherished second at this point.
It's when the ball hits out of bounds too, is when the clock would stop.
I think they got that right too.
Got that right, yes.
After further review, the call on the floor is confirmed. The clock will be reset at 1:02.
Okay. So they'll
Great
add
job.
an extra second. Thank you, Pat.
Great job by the officials. Got to get this one right. It means a lot. I know it took some time.
76-72.
You still going with a lob here?
No, not if they're in this trap. No, not at all. Not if they're in this trap. And man-to-man, this time of the game, this is when they had the lead.
Now they're trying to make sure, guys, that the shot clock is correct. It's at 14.
It was at 13, so they added a second there also.
All right, they got it right. Oh no, they took a second off.
They're staying.
With 13.
It was at 13.
Yeah.
They're staying in their 1-3-1.
You can see the sub by the Cougars. They're going bigger right now instead of 4 smalls.
Yeah, they've got Roberts and Francis on the back line. Uzan, shot clock under 10. Free throw line. Pryor, step back 3, no good. Rebound by Wilson. He got it, and he's fouled.
Huge rebound
Giant.
by Malik Wilson. Watch how far he traveled to go track this ball down in the corner. He ran and got this one. That's determination and passion.
He had 9 rebounds yesterday in the game off the bench.
And he's got 5 now, and now he'll go to the free throw line. It's his first trip of the day. And he missed. Ajayi out. And back in is Huff. See, Roberts has 4 and EK has 4.
The last 2 minutes, Mark Few. Last really 3 minutes he's been going offense, defense.
Again, he does not have any timeouts left.
I don't think you can drive it right here, look for a kick out, get the best shot available. I like EK.
5-point game. EK backing his way in. EK, he got space. EK off the glass, fouled.
EK is a load right
He
now.
is. I thought on both ends, smart play by Gonzaga and EK to go one-on-one and get himself to the free throw line, but I love what the Cougars did defensively. They did not come double to give up a 3.
And by the way, that's 4 fouls now on Francis too. So 2 bigs for Houston with 38.7 to play of 4 fouls. And it'll send EK to the line. Converts. He makes this one. It is a 1-possession game. The largest lead for Houston was 14. Trying to get everybody straight. They're going to get Francis out. Sharp back in. .7 to play. EK to the line. What do you do here, Steve, now that they made this one?
You know, I think for them is you got to play this out because it's a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been very aggressive in your 1-3-1.
Pryor up top.
Ajayi's done a nice job in this trap.
No foul, stay.
Oh, they got the steal. Battle's got it, and he's fouled. I think Nembhard wants an intentional foul on that.
I mean, if you're Uzan, you got to try to make this pass. Held it too long, Deb.
Well,
if not, you can go ahead and call timeout.
They stayed on the top of the floor next to the half-court line, which didn't allow them any space there. And it was just a great job of being aggressive on the top of that 1-3-1.
Well, it'll send Battle to the free throw line. Again, this was a 14-point lead for Houston.
This is a great free throw shooter.
Yeah, Battle is 93%, third best in college basketball. They're now 14 for 14 from the line. Mark Few's family, they've seen many of these games.
I know.
Oh, man.
What a comeback for Gonzaga.
I think everybody has been kind of searching for the magic of March. We're getting there. Battle trying to make this a one-point game. And he does. 77-76.
And they have extended this pressure.
Quick trap, quick attempt at a steal, then a foul.
Ajayi on the ball. They defend the inbound. Uzan to Sharp. Back to Uzan. They got a foul, right?
You got to get him. You got to get him.
And Greg does. Even if he makes these two, it's still a one-possession ball game.
It is.
Yep, it was a good effort, though, by Gonzaga. Almost. I mean, almost a 10-second count, too.
All right, so with 14.2 to play, it'll be a two-shot foul. Nathan Farrell's telling everybody to line up. I think he just stepped up because he saw Battle saying something to Cryer, and he said, "That's my boy. That's my boy." How about Houston's got everybody back?
Ike and Huff back in the game, and here comes Hickman. Three-point shooters. If he makes this one, Steve, are you fouling?
You know, I think it's different philosophies. No timeouts for Gonzaga. Definitely you don't want to foul too early. And you definitely want to make sure he's not in the shooting motion.
Right.
You're going to do it, you better grab him early.
If you're going to foul him, it has to be on the dribble down, not on the dribble up.
Again, they've got a seasoned team. They've gone over this probably a million times. Cryer, 1 point away from tying his career high. He's got 29 to make this a three-point game. He does. 30 points. 79-76. Hickman back in. Nembhard to Ike. 9 seconds left. Battle. 7 seconds left. He bobbled it. Got it back. Throws it up. Francis with the block. It's Houston's ball and a foul on Nembhard.
Let me tell you something. Malik Wilson, he fought through every screen. Boy, did he watch him get through these screens. And a good block by Francis at the end. Lock and trail. And that's what he's so happy about.
Yeah, Battle just couldn't hold on to the basketball. And Uzan now to the free throw line.
He got pinned against the side.
Yeah, he did. The extra defender, that sideline. And Uzan, he has 5 points. First free throw attempt of the night. Boy, everybody on their feet all around the arena. The streak of consecutive Sweet 16 appearances is at 9 for Gonzaga. It's at 5 for Houston. I think Houston's going to take over that streak of having the most active. Hickman lets it fly. That'll do it. Number 1 survives, and we'll move on to Indianapolis with a hard-fought 81-76 victory over the Zags of Gonzaga. And Battle is being consoled as his collegiate career comes to a close.
What a game.
What a game.
Nothing to be ashamed of. They fall.
What a comeback.
Here's that last defensive stand.
Watch the run and the lock and trail from Wilson. A little bit of a deflection.
Yep.
There's Francis. No room, sideline, and there's too many players over there. There's 5 players and the baseline.
Yeah.
And the sideline.
And the sideline. Well, the streak of consecutive Sweet 16s for Gonzaga, an impressive streak. It ends at 9. And meanwhile, it's now 5 straight for Houston and 15 straight overall this season. Kelvin Sampson is going from player to player, just congratulating the Gonzaga players for what they've done. That's a tough one for Battle. This is Kelvin Sampson talking to Battle. Battle said yesterday, he said, Coach Samps is one of a kind. His DNA is winning. Well, it will continue into Indianapolis this Friday against the 4-seed Purdue. 14-point lead at one point, guys. It got down to a one-possession game. It's what you want.
Yeah, it's a valiant fight. And I thought EK was fantastic down the stretch. He did everything he could, and then the offense-defense substitutions by Mark Few late in the game was very strategic, and Houston just made enough plays late.
All right, let's go to AJ. AJ, you got a happy group of fellows there.
Absolutely, LJ. 30 points. I believe that ties a career high for you. This came down to the wire, though. How would you describe the toughness of this team in moments of adversity like this tonight?
We've been in these positions before. I mean, we got to finish the game better at the end of the day, but we're just glad that we got the win, and we're blessed to be continuing this tournament.
Coach, 6 straight Sweet 16 appearances now. Yeah. How special is this moment for you and this team?
Yeah, shout out to the program, shout out to the kids that came before this group. Really proud of this team. But you know what? Let's stop and congratulate Mark Few and Gonzaga for what they've accomplished and been such a shining light for basketball programs and basketball coaches for a long, long time. There's nobody I respect more than Mark Few, and there's not a basketball program I respect more than Gonzaga. So we beat a hell of a program tonight, and that makes it even more significant.
Well said, Coach. And on deck, you have Matt Painter and Purdue. What do you anticipate with that matchup?
Hell of a game. Let's go.
Congrats.
He wanted to go celebrate, AJ. He wanted to go celebrate. 81-76, 6 straight Sweet 16s for the Houston Cougars. For Debbie Antonelli, Steve Smith, AJ Ross, and Gene Steratore, this is Tom McCarthy saying so long and thank you from Wichita. Tune in to TBS Now for UCLA and Tennessee. You've been watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship on TNT.